Hey everybody, it's Chad Guys. It's time for another revelation from out of nowhere. It's been a little while. You see, I actually skipped a week, for those of you that follow this. But we're going to continue in the camper series, which again is the series. I didn't know it was going to be a series whenever I started it because I really wasn't thinking that way, but here we are. The project continues to grow, and so do the lessons I learned from it, so why not share them with you? Well, I'm holding my phone today. I'm actually going to rest it here. I'm sitting on the floor. I'm taking a break. Been working hard. But I'm learning. That's what progress looks like. I knew we had some projects. I knew that actually that soft spot existed when I purchased this thing. So don't everybody gasp and, oh, holy cow, what's this guy doing? Has he lost his mind? But I made an observation. I think my hobby may be fixing things. See, at one point in life, many times in life, I've said I don't actually have any hobbies. I don't golf, fish, hunt, or do any things of that nature. I actually don't enjoy any of them. I've tried them all. They just don't appeal to me that much. But it kind of dawned on me as I got into this project, I think fixing things is my hobby. See, I always look for the good in things that may be undervalued, may be tossed away by somebody else. I think, hey, that's a good deal. I think I'll do something with it. This camper trailer certainly fit the bill. It's a very large camper trailer. Had some problems that were known, and I think I have the talent and the ability to take care of the issues that needed addressed. But if you go back to the series before where we talked about what led to the cause of all this, or what was the cause of all this, it was a good thing that got in the wrong place, being water, which water's in the sink. There's all the plumbing, the conveniences of home. You want water in a camper trailer. It's what makes them wonderful. But when it's in the walls and when it's in the floor, it's a bad thing. But I was listening to a podcast by an individual that I think quite a bit of, a fellow by the name of Andy Stanley. He has a lot of nuggets of truth and wisdom that I think can contribute to anybody's life. If you haven't listened to him, I'd encourage you to look him up. But at one point he said, we don't fix people. And as many times as I've tried, I like fixing things, and I sometimes find myself doing the same thing with people. I try to fix people. I've employed people for almost 20 years. This is lesser quality than I normally have. I normally have a tripod, but I'm just resting my arm on the couch. I don't know how people carry around their iPhones and shoot these things as they roll. My arm feels like it's going to fall off holding this dumb phone, so bear with me. But people are a little different than inanimate objects. You see, I fixed a lot of things in my life. I fixed machinery, I fixed camper trailers, I fixed houses. It's just one of the things I do. But sometimes I find myself looking at people in the same light. I try to fix them. But his comment, this Andy Stanley that I'm speaking of, some of you may have heard of him. The comment is that we don't fix people because people have memories. They have emotions. They're not inanimate. Those things that, you just kind of take out the old and put in the new, and voila, off you go down the road. And vehicles and cars and machines and camper trailers, they don't apply. Because those things that go wrong in people's lives, those damages that we create because of neglect, they kind of continue on. It takes a lot to overcome those. Now, this applies to relationships of all kinds, whether it's children, whether it's adults, parents, employees, spouses, significant others. My encouragement to you with this video is don't take them for granted. Don't neglect the maintenance, the little things like this camper trailer. Again, it would have taken just a tube of caulk and a little bit of time, and this thing never would have suffered from the problems that it has. I think the same thing, I know the same thing applies for our relationships of those around us, whether it's an employee, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your children. You see, I've been married for 25 wonderful years. My wife will tell you we've been successfully married for 25 years and happily married for 5 because it took the first 20 to get me straightened out. But many times over the years, I failed to tell her how wonderful she is and how much she means to me and how much I appreciate everything she does. So here you go, dear. If you watch this one, I'm saying it now. Same thing applies to my daughter, who's 13, who brings so much joy to my wife and I, and my parents, and pretty much everybody she comes across. She's a wonderful kid. They call her Smiley Riley for a reason. But many times I fail to tell her how important she is to me. This is a revelation from out of nowhere, brought to you by Surgeon. Don't forget to go to surgeonrevelation.com. Simply a place that you can go find some other inspiration with some videos we've got and the products that simply suggest and express this identity that anybody can choose to be a surgeon, make a positive difference in people's lives. That's kind of what we're all here for. That's what we should be thinking about while we're here. But my encouragement to you at the close of this video is don't neglect your relationships. Don't neglect the important people in your lives and those around you. You see, it's much more difficult to repair relationships than it is things. Love you. Look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for joining.